one thing I have been wondering a lot and I've been practicing a lot is detachment from trading, right? Because the only thing that really gets in my way right now to be consistent and ironically be profitable, right? Because consistency is going to result in you being profitable. It's just attachment. The loop I've been in for so long is this: execute a trade and it ends up being a loss, even if the trade was fully valid, even if the trade was fully good. Because I'm so attached to trading and the result, it hurts me so fucking much. Like, it legitimately collapses my inner state. I end up being depressed for the rest of the day and not wanting to do anything, and that just hurts consistency, right? Because then every time I take a loss, I'm not doing anything for the rest of the day because I feel miserable. That's gonna hurt consistency. That's hurting consistency within execution, within journaling, within social media, and so on. Like, when you're in that stage after you took a loss like that, you just don't want to do shit. Like, legitimately, you don't want to do shit. You don't have the energy to do it. So you reach a point where you're so fucking tired of trading hurting you, right? Because you've been putting in all these years and you're tired of your inner state just going like this every time something happens with trading. So we just reach a point where we're so fucking sick of it. We're sick of letting trading hurt us in any way. We want to just enjoy our lives, right? We want to stop really just looking at the clock. Okay, when is this new life gonna happen? When am I gonna turn profitable? It's just like, I just want to go through my day enjoying my life, right? And how we do that is just by detaching from results. But the only fucking advice you get for this is just focus on the process. But no one really talks about how you actually reach the point. How do you actually focus upon the process? How do you actually detach from the results, right? Because it's not that simple. There's so many underlying principles within our head that make us attached to trading. And when someone comes and says, okay, just focus on the process, it's not that fucking simple. It's a lot of things, and the most important one is this dopamine reset. In a sense, yeah, okay, focusing on the process and only caring about the process, but how do you actually do that? How do you rewire your brain to care only about the process? Then we go deeper into our subconscious mind and realize that this actually comes from the dopamine reward system. How do we rewire our brain so it gets dopamine from respecting the rules and not giving a fuck about the results? There's a thing, right? There's a thing that looks innocent and you think, oh yeah, this is not hurting my trading at all. This is not creating attachment. This is just something innocent. When a trade hits CP, what do we do? What do we do when a trade hits CP? We take a screenshot, we send it to our friend. Oh, look what good trade I took. Look how beautiful this trade. We never do that with losses, right? So then you actually understand, okay, what the fuck are we doing? We're pretty much celebrating a win. We're celebrating only when the win happens. We never really screenshot and be like, oh my god, I took a lot. Or we never really screenshot and say, okay, I respected my rules. What we do is celebrate the win. So what this actually does is just teach our brain that the reward is winning and not respecting your rules. What we need to do to reach that point of detachment is teach our brain the reward is the feeling of discipline that we get after respecting our rules. So we need to find a reward that is tied to the process. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, technically it's a win, and that's, oh yeah, I made money today, and that normally every human being thinks, oh, I should celebrate. But what that actually does is just make you so fucking attached and makes losses hurt 10 times more than it should. So what we need to do is just tie our reward to the process itself. Okay, then we ask, okay, what reward is there for sticking to your rules? Well, basically the only real reward for sticking to your rules is just the feeling that you get, that self-trust, that feeling of discipline, that I don't know, it just feels good, right? To respect your rules no matter how you feel, to be consistent. It's just that feeling that it gives you. So that's what we need to tell our brain that is the reward, right? That's what we need to do, because otherwise, if we teach it that winning is the reward, when losses are gonna come, or when a period with no trades happen, we're just gonna suffer 10 times more. It sucks to not be able to celebrate your wins and so on, but we have to understand that celebrating is fine when, for example, you get a payout, right? That's when it's fine, when you already have been just trading consistently and when you have already been compounding, and when you secure a payout, yes, that's when you can celebrate. But when you celebrate one trade, that's just nothing really, because trading is just consistency. Like, until you reach a payout, you have to take like 30 trades. So what is the point of really celebrating one trade, right? What is the point of doing that? It just doesn't help at all. It just makes things worse, and it fucking sucks, right? It fucking sucks that trading is like this, that you cannot celebrate your wins, that the more you love trading and the more involved you are in the process and the more you care about it, the more you get hurt. That's one thing that I fucking hate, bro, because I love trading. I would love to do this shit shit full time. Genuinely, I would love to be able to do this full time. I would love to just be there and just love my process and care a lot about my process. But you know what that does? Just makes fucking losses hurt more. What analogy I like to use is, imagine you fall in love with a whore, right? With a girl that sleeps with guys every single week, with different guys. Of course, like, you being in love with her and you caring a lot about her and you being in the space, you get hurt when she sleeps with other guys, right? You love her, you would want her to be your girlfriend, you want her to wife her, but then she goes and sleeps with other guys, and then you just get hurt. So then it's very similar to trading, right? The more you care about it, the more the losses are gonna hurt, right? So you have to put yourself in a position where you don't care, like, take this emotional distance towards that hoe where you just don't care whether she sleeps with other guys, right? That's inevitable to happen because she's a hoe in her nature, right? She's a hoe in her nature, so that is never gonna stop. It's the same that losses are never gonna stop in trading. It's just how do you react. The more you care about trading, the more it's gonna hurt when you take loss. Like, look at this. I just want to put this. Look at this shit. Look how edged we got here. Look how edged we got. And now imagine that the trade hits stop loss. It can happen, right? It can happen. Even a 90% win rate trade can lose. But imagine how much you're gonna get hurt by this if trading is everything you do. If you love trading so much, you're desperate, you're involved, you're putting effort. Imagine how much this shit is gonna hurt if you're in that space, right? So what our job really is to be able to be consistent. Is just really detaching from trading, and it sounds simple, but it's not, bro. Right where I am currently, and my execution is good, I have a winning system, right? I am consistent. The only thing that is really holding me back is this emotional attachment to trading. So I need to kind of stop intervening with my system, stop getting angry after a trade losses, stop just execute like a robot. And how we do that is we just have to get rid of this attachment. And that's what I talked previously about getting a job, because the job takes all that pressure and all that focus, and then you actually have a life. The losses are not gonna hurt that much. It's just a lot of things we can do, like stop watching the trades, right? This is one thing I've been practicing. As soon as I'm in a trade, I just close the tab and I don't look at it. So it helps. Like, these things get rid of attachment. When, bro, I used to fucking watch trades for 3 fucking hours. After watching 3 hours of that trade, of course I would get so fucking hurt of it. But if you're putting it on, you're just executing and then not looking at the charts at all, then it's gonna hurt less, because our brain goes like, the more time we invest, the more it's gonna hurt. The more attached you're gonna become and the more losses are gonna hurt. That's just how our brain works. And bro, it's sad. It's sad because when I discovered trading, I thought it's just my main purpose. I thought it's just gonna be everything I do. I love it so much. I fell in love with it. I wanted to do this. But then later on with time, you actually realize that trading in its nature cannot be this. It cannot be your main purpose, because the more time you're gonna put in it, the more losses are gonna hurt. Trading, it's like a paradox. The less time you spend on trading, at least after you have your system in place, the better it's gonna work. That's what really hurt when I started realizing that, yeah bro, like trading cannot be the only thing I do. And that fucking hurt, because it was my dream, right? I thought it's gonna be, yeah, I'm just gonna be a trader for the rest of my life. But with time, you actually realize that it can't be it. Attachment that we have just creates inconsistency. That's the reason, right? And it's not law of psychology. It's not psychology, bro. It's just how attached are we to trading. And then we need to rewire habits. We need to rewire what our brain gets the reward from. We need to kind of manage our life in a point where we don't care that much about trading. Get a job or do something else, or just have a life outside trading, because otherwise it's just never gonna work. Really, you're never gonna be able to make money if you keep having your inner state goes like this. Then next day you're gonna start forcing trades because you're still in that inner state. So it just really prevents consistency and really prevents the thing you actually want. So it's kind of ironic and annoying at the same time, because yeah, the less attached you are and the less time you kind of spend on trading at this point, is the better trading is gonna work. And it's kind of is the only way trading is gonna work. At first, I think it's fine, right, for trading to be the only thing you do, because it's a lot of work you actually have to put in, right? To journal, to learn, to build emotional resilience, to build a lot of things. So at the start of your journey, I feel like it's necessary. But once you reach a point where you have a profitable system, right, you don't want to change it, you have a very good habit, you have pretty much anything you need. The only thing that remains that is holding you back is that attachment to trading. If you're at this point, you need to to take a step back, right, distance yourself from trading and start doing something else. You start doing something else, you stop intervening with your system, and your execution can actually stay consistent. Really about just detaching and building a life outside trading, so I'll stop choking it. These small habits like celebrating wins, like doing this, or mentally masturbating and thinking about trading and oh, how much money I'm gonna make, or this or this or this, it really just does bad. Even if it's just human, right? We want to think, we want to imagine, we want to daydream about how much money we're gonna make about trading, but even this thought, even this, the thing that you're doing this, which is completely human and it should be harmless in a normal environment, in trading it actually backfires. In trading it actually backfires because then it creates attachment, and then again it creates inconsistency. So most of the time later in your journey, the reason you're inconsistent is not even because you don't have the good habits, it's just because you're too attached to trading. And at least I'm talking about myself in my current stage and right now, the only reason why I'm not fully consistent yet is because I have these days where I'm just too attached, and because I'm attached I either end up forcing a trading in bad context, or getting too fucking hurt when I take a loss. These are the things that just keep holding me back from consistency, and I really want to put an end to this loop. But this is what we have to understand. These scenarios never fucking disappear from trading. They never disappear. They're always gonna be there, even if you have the highest fucking win rate possible. These scenario where you get edged by 1 pip and then price reverses unless it hits your stop loss are never gonna disappear. The only thing that we can control is how we react to them. Because if this hurts us, right, that this is happening, we're gonna get like, oh my god, really, fucking market is fucking reversing, fuck this shit, fuck trading. You just thought your inner state starts dropping, then you're not gonna journal the trade, because I've been there. I know I wouldn't journal if I would be attached to this. I would get just massively annoyed. You don't journal, you don't do the other things that you have to do. You're just in this low state where you don't even have energy to fucking work out. You just want to sit in bed the whole day and just looking at, okay, did we respect the rules? And that's the only thing that matters, right? Did we respect the rules? And just detach, right, and make that our reward. Did we respect the rules? Yeah, okay, then yeah, that's a win. That's what I see as a win. That's my win. Oh, I respected my rules. I already won today, right? That's my true sense of winning. One game that I've been doing lately that has been helping me is just imagining that by you sticking your rules, you're getting paid, right? Just imagine that. For example, when there's an all trade day, just imagine that, oh, today I'm getting paid to just sit, to not do anything. Like, see, if you get attached, if you sit here and watch and think about the profits and think about that and that and that, you're gonna get fucking destroyed mentally by something like this. Now I don't, because I just refuse to let trading hurt me. Really, I just refuse, bro. I just refuse. I don't want to let it hurt me. And yeah, we're just gonna step away, minimize it, and let it do a thing. Because if you sit here and watch how prices reversing and taking all your profit after edging like this, you're just gonna get so fucking mad. So the more you watch this, the more annoyed you are. If you just minimize this and go do something else, you would not care, right? You would not care as much, because you didn't invest time, you didn't watch it give all your profit back, you just watched the end result. So, and yeah, this actually looks like a lot of fun. Bro, trading is crazy. Like, see, trading in its nature is just annoying, right? A lot of times trading is just fucking annoying, because why the fuck are we doing this? Like, we have clear equal lows here, why the fuck are we not taking it? But this is just the market. Sometimes the moves that don't make sense are just gonna happen. The sooner we accept this, the sooner we stop getting annoyed by these scenarios, the sooner we're gonna turn profitable, pretty much. Right, this is the perfect test. Like, as I was recording this, we got this trade as a perfect test to whether am I actually detached or am I not, right? Most of the times what our market does here is just generate more liquidity, come sweep and then return. But come on, really? This was like 0.2 pip. Our true mission, just staying detached enough to not care, to not force. Because look, this is inevitable. This is gonna happen, right? This is gonna happen even on the best trades. My setup has an 80% win rate, and this shit happened, right? Can you actually be detached when something like this happens? That's a true test of profitability, not execution. Because if you're at this point, your execution is already constant. The question really becomes, can you stay detached when something like this happens? A very good The example, because I actually took the trade, right? I'm trading an account right now. I have an 100k and a 50k and a personal. I took this loss on three fucking accounts, and yesterday I forced, and that's fine. I got really annoyed. I forced these two trades. I lost all the profit. But now I'm actually trading and I'm in drawdown. Can you stay detached while in drawdown? Can you stay consistent? These are just the two fucking questions you should ask yourself. Can you stay detached while you're losing and just experiencing bullshit scenarios that the market has, like this one? Can you stay detached that even on an 80-90% win rate setup, price just edge your TP and then reverse? That's a question that is gonna dictate your consistency, if you are gonna continue being consistent, right? Most of the times what our market does here is just generate more liquidity, come sweep and then return. But look at this shit, buddy. Now it hit TP2 as well. Are you serious?